four owners in the Truck Series are the same as the drivers going for the championship here. That's not the case in the Xfinity Series because Aric Almirola won the race on Saturday at Martinsville. So Gibbs' number 20 team is in the Owners' Championship fight. And Brandon, you know, I've heard it said in this sport, if you stay around long enough, everything comes full circle. Who would have thought Aric Almirola would be leading the Joe Gibbs Racing number 20 car potentially to an Owners' Championship? Imagine telling that to somebody in 2007, 2008. Do you think Aric is in good position to do that here? Do you think that he can go back to Phoenix this weekend and maybe walk off with an Owners' Championship here once again?
It feels so validating because I was an Aric Almirola fan in those like early times, and it especially ramped up at the beginning of 2018 after the Daytona 500 fiasco with the name that shall not be named. But yeah, it's validating to see his career hit a good turn here in the Xfinity Series, and you know, paying the big bucks with the Owners' Championship. You know, gonna be Coach Gibbs' best friend if you're able to secure that for the 20 car. And yeah, in just like the late 2010s, I was sort of made fun of for saying, you know, Aric Almirola is one of those that I am keeping track of as one of the better drivers of the sport, you know. But like with Stewart-Haas, he had a lot of different troubles, but he also had some really strong moments. And to see him in his full-time career in the Cup Series and come down to do this every now and then and have the success he has, much similar to Trevor Bayne, who also had opportunities with Gibbs in the Xfinity program. But I mean, on the cusp of an Owners' Championship, he absolutely could secure that here at Phoenix. And it's also just sort of validating as well to see how far he's come and how he's still getting it done.
Yeah, I mean, I got to tell you, as somebody who, you know, did the video on Milwaukee 2007, you know, has studied that race, gone back and watched that race and the ripple effects and implications that it all had. I mean, it would be a really cool full circle moment. And even this year, you know, we had, you know, the controversy. Aric didn't run as many races as we were expecting him to over the summer, and briefly some rumors as to whether or not he was even still with the team after getting set down for a few races here. And again, something we don't need to revisit here on this show right here, right now. But, you know, they worked their way through that. Now they've got him in the car here at the end of the year when it matters most for this owner's title. And he's the guy that they're trusting to deliver it to them. And what a story it would be if he can go out. And even, I mean, I guess he doesn't have to win at Phoenix as long as he's the highest finishing of these four entries here. You know, we've got Cole Custer in the Drivers' Championship fight, but he's the one of the four that isn't in the Owners' Championship fight. If Custer wins, Almirola finishes second, the 20 team would get that Owners' Championship because the 00 of Stewart-Haas did not make the championship four over on the Owners' side of things. So we'll see. But I mean, it would be an incredible story, no doubt, if Aric can double down on this race victory here this weekend and go out next weekend and get another win and wrap up this Owners' Championship for Coach Gibbs. What a story that would be. And we had some tempers flaring as well. You see Chandler Smith up in third place. It wasn't quite enough. And of course, we talked on the show last week about what his plans for next year might be. He felt like he had to go drive his heart out and make sure he put himself in position to fight for a championship. He was not very happy with Cole Custer after the race. Cole Custer's fourth place finish enough to get him into the Drivers' Championship 4, but not the Owners' Championship 4, as we just talked about with Aric Almirola. But on the driver's side, it is Austin Hill and AJ Allmendinger, your two winners from earlier this round, as well as Cole Custer. And then it's not going to be Denny Hamlin in the Cup Series. Might it be the Denny Hamlin of the Xfinity Series? Justin Allgaier, one of the series veterans who's done everything in this series that there is to do except win a championship. He's going to have a shot at it next week as well, or this coming weekend, I should say, just in 5 days' time here. So, Brandon, of those four now, make your Xfinity Series title prediction between Hill, Allmendinger, Custer, and Allgaier. Who do you like to take this championship?
This is really tough. The Xfinity Series is very tight. Man, Allmendinger, I gotta say Custer's the favorite to double down and come back for the back-to-back. Allgaier, he's always showing up here, and then it's some tragic moments that show up at Phoenix. I mean, I don't hope those things happen to him, but history has shown that's tends to be what happens. AJ Allmendinger, what a fight he's done to get to this point. And then Austin Hill just winning every drafting track there is to win, and then some to get here, just a dominator. But Phoenix is not one of those, so that's what he has going against him. So favorite is Custer. I guess I'll do the same method as the Truck Series. Favorite would be Custer, I guess. I'm going to say Allmendinger as a second, just because his veracity, and he's going to go back into Cup again. He's flip flopping. Well, maybe this will help him make his choice if you become an Xfinity Series champion. Justin Allgaier would be your wild card, and I'm going to say nothing about Hill. I'm going to say he's going to fizzle out here, and he's going to be not able to capture it.
Well, I want to look back at the spring results here. Austin Hill was the highest finisher of these four. He finished fourth. Cole Custer was fifth. AJ Allmendinger 18th. Justin Allgaier 29th. But the caveat there for Allgaier is he probably should have won the race. He had a tire go out with just a few laps to go as he was leading.
That's what I'm remembering.
Yeah. So, and again, that's just, I mean, of course that would happen to Justin Allgaier, right? You know, it seems like every time he's in one of these positions, something doesn't go his way. But at the risk of jinxing him here, I'm going to say that he's going to make up for that misfortune from the spring race here. I'm going to go with Justin Allgaier to win the championship. And believe me, like I said, you know, I'm a kind of a legacy, grew up an AJ Allmendinger fan, got all three of his Cup win diecast behind me here, but I just can't pick him here because I don't feel like Phoenix is one of his stronger tracks. I know he won a pole in the Cup Series way back when he was driving the Petty car, but just in the Xfinity Series, for whatever reason, it just has not been one of his stronger tracks or one of colleagues' stronger tracks here. So I see him as kind of the guy who's going to be lurking if something goes wrong with the other three. But Cole Custer obviously has the experience of having done it last year. And then Austin Hill, again, Austin Hill's kind of that guy, you know, maybe you at least expect him to be there. I don't know, but very many people expected him to go out and win Homestead. His strength has always been the drafting tracks, like you mentioned, Brandon. But he went out and dominated that race, got into a championship for. We'll see. But I'm going to, as for my official pick, I'm going to go with Justin Allgaier. I'm going to say he finally breaks through and gets that elusive championship.
I mean, I would love to see it. Again, not saying I don't want to see it. Just history hasn't shown me that that's possible, but definitely a wild card for me.
All right. Before we close out the show with our one shining moment, I want to address a day in my life here. What if Gibbs puts Hamlin in the 20 during a caution just to troll him?
No.
I don't think. I mean, Amber's got.
I think that's just an inside joke. I'm sure Gibbs has forgotten about that.
I don't think they can do that. I know Hamlin can't start the race because Cup drivers aren't allowed to run Xfinity Series playoff races here. But I don't know. I don't know if there's a rule on a relief driver because Almirola would still get the points, right? Like I don't know if you can do. I can't believe it. You would. I've got to think that that's part of the rule. You can't have a Cup driver relieve you either this time of year. I've got to think that's in there somewhere. But
don't ask questions that make my brain hurt.
Yeah, that's certainly. Yeah, I mean that would be that would be the all-time troll there. And by the way, and they would never do that, right? You're going to put in a guy that's never won a championship to try to win you the owner's championship. And
then you'd hear on Sirius XM, and shame on you for making that the story. We had a great championship race there at Phoenix. Shame on you. Shame.
Let's not give NASCAR any ideas here, or give the racing gods or Joe Gibbs any ideas here. Let's just leave that be here.